What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to take down the Devourer. So if you've been struggling with this Void Boss, don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm also going to be creating a whole series showing you how to take down every single Void Boss. But let's go ahead and get into this one. To start things off, let's go ahead and talk about the recommendations for this Void Boss battle. I recommend at least 20,000 DPS, as there's going to be a check where you have to destroy symbiotes that spawn on the map, and if you take too long, he's going to regenerate his health back. The next thing I want to cover is 2 modules for your Descendant. That's toxic antibodies, and this is going to increase your toxic resistance by plus 87. And the next one I want to recommend is perfect anti-venom, as this is going to give you poison immunity and toxin resistance plus 1%. Now that we got those recommendations out of the way, let's go ahead and run through this battle. Now in this demonstration, I'm going to be playing as Jaber, and at the beginning of this battle, I like to lay down my assault turret and go ahead and charge it up. Once I have that done, I start going for the knees as the rest of my team goes for the shoulder pads. This way we're taking out 2 objectives at once, as the knees are a part that breaks away and the shoulders are one that you can grapple onto to bring him down for another damage phase. Now some of the things that you want to do during this fight is constantly be moving around so that the poison isn't hitting you directly. If you're always moving to the left or the right while you're fighting and he shoots at you, it's going to miss either to the left or the right. So try to keep that in mind as you're doing these boss encounters. Is stay nimble on your feet and always be moving left or right while keeping your DPS tracked on the target. Whenever the boss goes into a staggered state, this is an opportunity to go in for one of those weak points. You want to go ahead and try to do as much damage as possible as you're trying to go ahead and set it up for the next time that you can bring him down for another dazed phase. Another thing I like to do is if I have any of my abilities up while the boss is down, I like to try to use those abilities to maximize my DPS and get in as much as possible while he's in that stun state. And then after I use my abilities on him, that's when I go in and target one of those weak points. Now for the part that I think people are struggling the most on, and that's when he spawns the symbiotes. When this happens, if you know that your damage is too low, go ahead and partner up with somebody, as the quicker you destroy one, the slower his health starts regenerating. So if you team up into groups of 2, well, now you can go ahead and knock it in half to 50% regeneration, and then go ahead and knock out the other 2 and stop his regeneration completely, and then he's also going to fall down into a staggered stage, and you're going to be able to lay in more DPS, and rinse and repeat this process every time these come around. Now as you're in these Void Boss battles, make sure that occasionally you're killing the ads, because they're going to drop health on the ground for you as well as ammo. Now this is going to come in handy if you find yourself getting low on HP and you don't have someone with a heal turret. Well, you can just swing around and go ahead and pick up some HP and get back into the fight. This also works the same for ammo, as every now and again I tend to have the issue with running out of my ammo, and then I need to go and grab some off the ground and get back into the fight. Now one of my favorite body parts to go for when the boss is in the down state is going to be the chest, as this is the best time to hit it, because when the boss is moving around and you have a small target, normally this can be a hard part to hit, and now you can go ahead and set it up for your next grappling point. As you can see here, the chest went from blue to white, meaning that it's ready to be grappled on. However, it can't be grappled at this time because the boss was recently down. Now once all of the breakable and removable parts have been taken away, I tend to focus most of my damage on either the knees or the chest in this encounter, as you're still going to lay in a lot of DPS and get mostly critical hits when you're focusing these areas, as they're still considered weak points. Now as long as you're keeping up your damage and making sure that you're rotating in on all of the symbiotes, before you know it, this boss is going to be down and you will have officially defeated the Devourer. And once you've defeated him once, pretty soon you'll realize this guy's not as hard as you thought he was, and you're going to be farming him on rotation. Alright guys, that officially wraps it up for this Void Boss battle. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. And for all things First Descendant related, be sure to check back, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.